It's something that resonates with your spirit or your soul or your self, or whatever it is that your faith may be. If you hear something that resonates with you, quote it using quotes and then use the hashtag #PlantBetter so others can be inspired and other people can get what they need. Again, if you're on this phone call, grab a pen, grab some paper, or use your note app on your smartphone and get ready, because now we're moving into the phone call. Tonight I want to talk to you about operating in infinite intelligence. Operating in infinite intelligence. There's so much here. And now I have to give you a few things. Now, basically, I want to talk to you about the law of attraction. But I'm not going to teach you about the origin or about the law of attraction. I'm going to actually teach you how to use it, and then we'll come back later and teach you exactly what it is. But that's what I want to talk about. But here's what I need you to understand. Right now, you have a lot of rules and a lot of systematic beliefs, and they didn't necessarily come from you. They came from your culture. They came from your parents. But then they came from your parents, but where did your parents get them from? So you're going to miss most of this phone call if you don't abandon the belief systems that you have, because you don't even realize you have them. You think they are true, but they're what you call relative truths. Some of your truths are only true in your circle, in your church, in your region of the world, but they're not true overall. There is an infinite intelligence. You could be atheist. It does not matter how you feel about it or why you feel about it. There is something greater than us. You can put whatever name you want to put on there. This is not a religious phone call, and I don't care to get into the religion of it. Here's what I need for you to understand. Up until now, you have been operating in your little mind. Oprah would call it your little mind. And you have not been operating in your big mind, the mind in which your ancestors, the intelligence in which your ancestors, and all of us have the same ancestors. It doesn't matter race, creed, black or white, Jew or Gentile. It doesn't matter. We all come from the same place. Now, wherever your belief system says, whether it be Big Bang or religion, it doesn't matter. But we all believe that we come from one particular place. And I want to talk about operating in that place. So in order for you to operate in infinite intelligence, now I told you you're going to have to drop some stuff, and you probably won't, but don't worry about it. I'm going to plant some seeds anyway. But in order to operate in infinite intelligence, you must first understand, first off, you need to understand that you are not doing everything right. And the reason you're not doing it right is because you're not operating in your genius. You're not operating in the power, the king or queenness that you have. So I'm going to give you 10 things. 10 things in order for you to operate in infinite intelligence, and I'll break this down very quick. Number one, it's time to be overly grateful. Overly grateful. You need to understand that everything that you have in this world, every single thing that you have in this world will flow through your thoughts. Man becomes what he thinks about. If you hold it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. Everything in this world has flowed through your thoughts. And not only have they flowed through your thoughts, but your feelings have changed how you think about some things. And so as you think it, you feel, and as you feel, you think. And most of you spend a lot of your time feeling in a negative manner. Therefore, you keep receiving negative things. So you need to be overly grateful. What do I mean by that? Well, let me explain to you. Think about the fact that you've been with me for 8 minutes now. I've been talking to you for 8 minutes, and you have not concentrated on the fact that you have breath in your lungs. You have not told your lungs to breathe, yet they have done that, and you should be grateful. You have not told your brain to continue the blood flow in your heart and throughout your veins. And you have not told any of your involuntary bodily actions to do so. Yet you complain all day long, but you forget that being alive, the miracle that may be, is a blessing. And it's time to be overly grateful. Why do you need to be overly grateful? Because everything you hold in your mind, you will hold in your hand. And if you don't feel good in your mind, you're going to hold things in your hand that make you feel bad. Now think about this for a second. Look over all the things in your life. Look at your car note or whatever it is that you're complaining about right now. Think about how many times you've been ungrateful this year and ask yourself, has being ungrateful put money in your bank account? See, here's the problem with receiving new information. When you receive new information, it is hard for you to drop your arrogance and allow the new information in. But this information is true nevertheless. Have you realized that on your birthday, nothing can bother you? On your birthday, nothing can bother you. No one can bother you. And no matter what happens, you have an amazing day. Now, did the day change? Did America change? Or whatever country you live in, did it change? Did the universe stop being the universe? Did planet Earth move? Did the Earth start revolving around you? No, nothing changed. The only thing that changed is you. The only thing that changes on your birthday is how you feel about that day. And when you feel a certain way, you receive a certain product. Let's break down your birthday here for a second, because here's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Because right now, and I get it, some of you, most of the world is your religious, and that's okay. I'm not knocking religion, but I need you to understand that there's some religious dogma inside of you that told you that in order for you to be a good teacher, you must be poor, and that's not okay for you to think in that manner. So let's break down what your birthday is. Your birthday is a day in which you awoke, or the day before you said, tomorrow I'm going to get everything that I deserve. Like the day before your birthday, you walk into that day with an expectancy. This is mine, and everybody in my life will give me what I deserve, or they would not be in my life tomorrow. And when you do that, and when you behave that way, life, the universe, everything moves like water to give you the way you feel. But that's not it. Think about this more. Think about this more. On your birthday, you have a greater expectation of the things you're going to receive. See, those other 364 days, you've convinced yourself you don't deserve anything, so you didn't ask for anything. But on your birthday, you decide, I deserve money. I deserve presents, and I am waking up and people need to give to me. Because for some reason, you've said inside of yourself, on my birthday, it's not bad for me to ask what I deserve. Did you see the correlation there? Every day should be your birthday. Every single day should be your birthday. If you live life only to be happy about one day a year, then that's what you're going to get. Happiness for one day a year. See, on your birthday, you accidentally operate in infinite intelligence. What is infinite intelligence? This is mine. I'm going to get it. Nothing's going to stop me, and I expect everything to bend to what I want. And you need to stay in that moment, that feeling, that everything, every day of your life. Listen to me. Every day should be your birthday. Hashtag plant better. Every day should be your birthday. Every breath you take, every little thing, the most important thing about your life is free. The things you put money on, they mean no value. But the mere fact that you're alive, that's priceless. The mere fact that you can breathe, that's priceless. If you don't believe that, go to the gym, do some stomach exercises, do some crunches, go to leg day. As a matter of fact, do leg day and ab workouts at the same time. Watch how tomorrow you start appreciating the abs you didn't even think about. It is not until you can't even laugh that your stomach muscles hurt, or you can't even get in a car. And you haven't appreciated your legs until you wear them out on leg day and then try to get in the bed. That's when you start appreciating it. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is when you operate in appreciation, when you operate in the infinite intelligence, you appreciate your legs before they go wrong. You appreciate your stomach muscles before they go wrong. And when you live in a constant state of appreciation, you get a constant gifting of things to make you more appreciative. Every day you're appreciative. Every day that you are happy about what you have, life will keep you and give you more things to be happy about. Listen, the scariest things in your life, they no longer exist. I need you to understand this. Like we're talking about the infinite intelligence, right? And we could define it. Listen, your faith. Then, if you're faithful, or if you're religious, if you believe in God or whatever you call your God, then you're going to say that that's the infinite intelligence, and that's fine. If you're a scientist, you're going to say it's energy, and that's fine. That's not for this phone call, and it doesn't matter, because if we're talking about the same thing and we're using different dialogue, who cares? Here's what you need to understand: the worst day of your life no longer exists. I need you to see. Here's the problem. Some of you, okay, let's break this down a little more. The worst things that have ever happened to you in your life, they're gone. They faded away. They no longer exist. They no longer exist. They no longer have power over you, but you keep them defining your life moving forward. You have developed belief systems around the worst day of your life, and it's been 19 years since it happened. And you're allowing with your little mind, you're allowing with your little intelligence to not operate in your infinite intelligence. You're not tapping into the great energy source. You're not tapping into the great intellectual source, because you're letting things that have once happened, that have faded away, dominate your today. You are too powerful to let yesterday dominate your today. Listen to me. You will never be able to do anything about yesterday, and you're not fast enough to time travel into tomorrow. The only thing that you have is today. So while you're here, you need to help as many people as you can. As many people as you can, you need to help. We'll come back to that. Number 2, keep moving forward. You want to operate in infinite intelligence, this law of attraction, this I create my own reality. We're coming back to that. If you want to walk into a place in which you are the author and creator of your life, if you want to walk there, keep moving forward. Someone far smarter than me once said, Winston Churchill, when you're going through hell, keep moving forward. What's the point of walking through hell and stopping? Makes no sense. It makes no sense that you know that you have to walk through hell to get to your breakthrough, and you stop. When you stop, you make hell last longer than what it was intended to. I'm trying to help somebody. When you stop in hell, you make hell last longer than it was intended to last. And some of you right now, it's not that you're weak. It's not that God hates you. It's not that they won't let you. It's just that you stop moving forward. You are in a place in which you would never be successful, and you stop. And you start complaining. You stop moving to start complaining with the people who are in hell with you. You cannot live a successful life with failures and a failing mentality. You cannot. The blind cannot lead the blind. The blind cannot lead the blind. The worst things that have ever happened to you have happened to you. Keep moving forward. Now, how do I learn how to keep moving forward? One of the most powerful things that you can do to keep moving forward is right here, and I'm about to say it. Start meditating. Yes. I said it. So first off, meditation is simple. And it's also free. It doesn't cost you a dime to meditate, but you will earn 1 million dimes if you start meditating. Why do we need to meditate? Because everything in this world is energy. Everything in this world is a frequency. And when you wake up in the morning, you're waking up with the negative vibrations. Your subconscious is very susceptible to the first 15 minutes that you're awake. It's very susceptible to what you're going to do for the rest of the day and what you're going to attract for the rest of the day. Let me break that down. You stump your toe out of bed. The moment you start vibrating in the wrong frequency, that's going to be the rest of your day. And guess what? I see your social media comments. Immediately at 6:53 a.m., you say today's going to be a bad day. And guess what? You're a prophet. That's exactly what you just did. You just created a bad day. But if you meditate, you literally calm your brain. Now remember, I said start off being grateful. Scientifically, when you start off being grateful, you've increased the alpha waves inside your brain. Power, you don't even know it, but that's okay. I'm here to educate you. You don't even understand when you operate in gratefulness, then you start bringing things towards you with the power of your brain. You don't think that makes sense? Allow me to make it make sense for you. You know how dogs know when other dogs are in heat? Because the brain can pick up what is instinctive that the conscious cannot see. This is the same way in which you ever felt a way in which you was like, man, something bad is about to happen, and it did. Yeah, you're much smarter than what you think you are. Meditate. Be grateful when you wake up in the morning and then meditate. Now, here's the deal. Some of you just went, I don't have time. That's why you're broke. That's it right there. Some of you went, I don't have time to meditate. That's why you're unhappy. That's it right there. Meditation is free. I just proved to you, or I just told you, at least gave you a great argument of how the greatest things in your life, the most priceless thing in your life, cost you no money at all. So here's what you need to understand. When you meditate, you get rid of that crap that doesn't make you look good. The crap that doesn't make you feel good. And remember, if you have crap in your mind, you have crap in your hand. That's how it's going to be. It would never change. Meditate. If you're too busy to meditate, I want you to examine your life. I promise you, the people in the gym that are actually losing weight, they are meditating. You get you a good personal trainer. I promise you, that personal trainer would not just work on your body, he or she will also work on your mind. Because no matter what you do to your physical body, if you didn't do it in your mind first, your body will not change. Especially when you start hitting a plateau and you can't lose weight, now your mind must change. And then you have to change your mind and then change your regimen and put your body into shock. I know what I'm talking about. And you have to understand, then when your mind and your body are in one place, nothing can stop you. Meditate. You need to understand, keep moving forward. But how can you move forward? Let me help you out a little bit. Your body has never went to where your mind has not gone first. You might want to write that down. Your body has never walked. Your feet have never journeyed where your mind has not gone first. The reason you're in poverty is because your mind is. Your body simply was obedient and followed your mind. The reason why you have marital problems is because your mind has marital problems. Your body is obedient. It doesn't care where you tell it to go. It's going to go where you tell your mind to go. Keep moving forward. Never, ever, 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 and a million more times ever, give up. Ever. Ever, ever. Don't ever give up. Ever. You know why you're not successful? Because you quit too much. And I say this with the greatest of respect. You're not successful because you don't have the work ethic of a successful person. Because success is not given to quitters. Success is only given to those who endure. If you're failing, it doesn't mean that you don't know what you're doing. It means your plan needs some work. Fix your plan, you'll fix your income. Fix your mind, you'll fix your life. Keep moving forward. In order to operate in the infinite intelligence, you got to keep moving forward. Quitters are not operating in infinite intelligence. You know why quitters are not operating with their big mind, their infinite intelligence? Because the only way you quit is when you operate in your little you. What's the little you? Oh, they won't let me do this. Oh, I'm weak. Listen, if somebody looks like you, if somebody is the same gender as you, if somebody came from the same city as you and they made it, you can make it too. Don't you ever think that somebody else's pain was for them. Their pain was for you. The reason why you're getting ready to beat cancer is because you saw someone else beat cancer and that gave you enough hope to beat cancer. I'm trying to help somebody in this place. The reason why you're getting ready to go back to school and get your degree, despite the fact that life has tried to make you quit, is because you saw somebody else do it against all odds, and that is exactly why you are going to get what you want, and that degree is because somebody else's pain has been your fuel. Never quit. Never give up. Now, watch this here. In your big mind, in your infinite intelligence, the same thing I just said about somebody else's pain is the same thing about your pain. Your pain isn't for you. Stop whining. The reason you're in pain is because somebody who looks up to you needs you to get through it, so when they go through it, they have the muse to get it done. Your pain isn't for you. Listen, if your pain is not for you, your pain is for the next person that has to get through what you have to go through. I had a child too early. Don't worry about it. There are many people who are as successful as you or beyond that have a child too early, and yet they still made it. And that child looked at their mom or their father and say, my mama or my daddy never gave up, and the reason why I'm going to do this and be great is because my mama or my father was great. Your pain isn't for you. When you're operating in your little mind, you give up. But when you're operating in infinite intelligence, you keep going and you teach your children to do the same thing. When you operate in infinite intelligence, you teach your children they can do the same thing. I had a conversation with my 8-year-old son. Actually, my 8 and my 4-year-old son, because I try to do these two things together. He has a major problem with his tablet, and I won't fix it. He has a major problem with his tablet. It doesn't keep the battery power. And today, and I said this on another phone call, but today we had a wonderful conversation. He said, Dad, so how do we invent a battery? I said, son, here's what I know. And I told him what I know. He says, and he dropped something on me that I didn't even think of. My 8-year-old son said, well, Daddy, I'm tired of suffering with this battery. How do I build a tablet that doesn't need a battery? Somebody missed what I just said. See, my son's entire life, I've told him we can do anything. I told him, and every single time I've taught my son that spirituality is good. Be careful with religion. Keep in mind, I'm a pastor. I taught my son, be a free thinker. Listen to me. Take what is good. Throw away what is bad. But make sure that you have no limitations. I've taught my son to teach his little brother that the secret to life, and I quote, is be happy. And now I'm teaching them be happy and believe. I've taught my kids that no matter what you do, you can figure it out. And so instead of complaining about his tablet, he started postulating for a solution to get rid of his problem. Somebody missing what I'm saying in here. My son said, if the battery is the problem, why not go outside the problem and invent a tablet that needs no battery? You see, I'm too much of an adult to think in that way. But my son hasn't been taught too many limits. You see, life hasn't beat him upside the head as much as it's beat me upside the head. He still thinks that he can do whatever he wants to, and I don't stop him. And the more I feed it into him, is the more I have to back up my own words. Somebody missing what I'm saying. And so now, as of today, me and him are trying to figure out how to have a battery that doesn't need a battery. He literally said, can we invent a battery that does not run out? And I said, well, all of them run out right now. And then he said, well, let's do it without a battery. That's amazing. that he has more fight and resolve because I've told him he believes. Believe and it's possible. No matter what you put your mind on, you can do it. What are you teaching your children? You see, I didn't fix the problem because I didn't want to go to the store and put a Band-Aid on the problem. I didn't want to pacify him in losing with this tablet. I kept telling him for months now, fix the tablet. And then a couple of weeks ago, he called me on it and said, Daddy, when we gonna make a battery? And when we couldn't figure out how to make a battery, because that's not my level of gift, he said, let's do it without a battery, and that is. Now, I'm not that mechanical, but what I do know how to do very well is make stuff happen where there was nothing at all. And if I can't do anything else, I can bend the envelope and do the impossible. I don't have much faith in myself to build a battery. I do have my faith in myself to kill obstacles. And so he put me right back in my talent. And so most of the day, we've been figuring out how to make a tablet that doesn't need a battery. And we're not going to figure it out today, but we're never going to give up. And you know what that does? Maybe he's going to figure that out. Maybe he's going to make a battery that doesn't need a battery. But whatever it is, I showed him that you have no limits. Keep moving forward. And the more you move forward, the more the way will be shown to you. Which actually leads to number 3. Create your own luck. Create your own luck. Hear me and hear me very well. My staff always tells me, why don't you ever stress? For what? Everything in my life I've created. Now listen, this is the hardest thing I have to teach people when I'm coaching them. This is the hardest thing. It takes me. I have 5 phases of coaching when I one-on-one coach people, and they're very difficult to get past. And it's not me that makes them difficult. It's all the belief systems and the trash and the garbage and the doo-doo you have on you and your mind that makes it hard for you. And one of the things we'll get to, and we get to, is I create my own reality. Good or bad. If I have a problem, I've created that problem. And I understand the power of creation. I understand that anything in my reality I've created, and if I've created, I can uncreate it. Somebody missed what I just said. No matter what happens in my life, when I see something in my life that I don't like, I do not complain or stress. You know why? Because I put it there. If I have someone in my life holding me back, I do not stress. You know why? I put them there. They're only here because I allowed them, and I only allow them because I attracted them. No one would ever bring me drama or BS because you just know I don't put up with it. So you go gossip to other people because you know I'm not the one to do so with. So whenever I see a problem, I understand, oh, I created that. Let me create something worthy of me. Please hear what I'm saying. You create your own luck. If you have things in your life that are not worthy of you, it's because your mind is not worthy of you. Hashtag plant better. If you have things in your life that are not worthy of you, it is because your mind is not worthy of you. And if you want to change what you don't like, you change the inside of your mind. Create your own luck. Here's one of the best ways to create your own luck. Work hard, watch it, in your gifts. And see, that's a difference. There's a fallacy out here that says if you work hard, you'll be successful. Now, you need to work your butt off. But if you're working your butt off in areas that don't benefit you, that's not going to work. If you're working extremely hard in your weaknesses, you're just going to be average. Because when you take your weaknesses and you work hard on them, you'll gain in your weaknesses 30, 40, 50%. Let me tell you something. 30, 40, 50% is not worthy of me at all. And it's not worthy of you. When you operate in your talents and your gifts, when you work hard in there and put skill on top of your talents, you grow 3,000% and more. Now, which one makes mathematical sense? Some of you have been trying to stop cussing and you're still messing up. That's why, because you keep focusing on not cussing. You're in the wrong place. Some of you keep trying to come. Now, listen, hold on. I see some faces. Let me work this out. Some of you are fasting right now over your diet and your mouth. Come on, somebody help me out. You right now, this is fasting time. You're literally fasting. You're not eating no meat, no starch, no sugar. You're fasting. Listen, the power is in you. Use the fast, but don't focus on not cussing. Focus on increasing your vocabulary. See what I just did there? You love to talk and you love to learn, but your energy is in the bad part. You create your reality. Right? You create your reality by focusing on the good. If you love to learn, if you love to read, and you love words, focus on learning more words. So when you want to drop the F-bomb, you say I am irate about this situation. See what I just did there? Focus on your talents and you work hard in them. In order for you to push through the finish line, create your own luck, which is inside of operating in infinite intelligence. Work very hard in your gift sets. Also, be hungry, but not ambitious. Now, I have to break this down for a second. Be hungry, but not ambitious. Ambitious or ambition seems to apply you moving toward a goal. See, goals aren't happiness. Goals are achievements in which you get to for some goal, some end result that doesn't actually make you happy. It just makes you accomplished. There are a lot of unhappy, accomplished people. Look in your church right now. Look in your church right now. And look at all the unhappy nurses that bring joy to people every single day. Look in your inner circle right now at all the accomplishments. I'm walking hard. I do apologize. Look at all the people inside of your life. They're accomplished, but they're not happy because they've mastered achieving accomplishments. So be hungry, but don't be so goal-oriented. Now, I'm not saying don't set goals. I personally don't set goals. I've told you this before. I set defining moments because my defining moment will make me happy. I will achieve many of goals on the way, but I'm not interested in, I need this dollar amount. This dollar amount won't make me happy. I'm focused on, I'm interested in changing the quality of my life. That will make me happy. Or I want to start my own homeless shelter and I need this dollar amount. So I'm not focused on that dollar amount. I'm focused on the homeless shelter. And I'm hungry on my way to the homeless shelter, not hungry on my way to the dollar amount. You see, when you're operating in infinite intelligence, the dollar amount, first off, money doesn't exist. But that's a different story for a different time. Just know that the numbers on my keyboard and the numbers in your bank account are the same numbers. The only reason that 5, when you type it on your cell phone to dial into this phone call, and 5 in your bank account, the only reason that 1 pays you is because the system says this 5 over here means something. So be more in tuned. Be more in tune with being hungry for what makes you happy, not hungry for what keeps you accomplished. That's powerful. Be hungry for what makes you happy, not hungry for what makes you accomplished. Because no matter how much you accomplish, there's also always someone who's accomplished more than you. Try to tie in your passions to your accomplishments. And then bend your own reality. Listen to me very well. And in creating your own luck, bend your own reality. Here's what that means. And I've been saying it over and over and over again. This world is yours. Now watch it. I just offended somebody right there. Okay, let me preface what I'm about to say next to let me talk to my religious folks just for a second. Okay. Before I do this, let me just first and foremost say this is a very conscious coaching call. I am not here to smile in your direction. I laugh a lot and I play. But every time you call in, I'm here to disrupt your whole life. I'm here to wake you up. And every time I'm going to tell you how you have some belief systems that you believe are true, but they're only true in your circle. Okay? Okay, now watch this here. Be in your own reality. Okay? Now I said the world is yours. One more time. I need to talk to my religious folk for a second. Here's why I need to talk to my religious folk. I need to talk to my religious folk because I need for you to understand that this is a very conscious and awakening coaching call. And all my one-on-one coaching is to wake you up out of the matrix so you can understand that you have power. Okay? Now, I just said the world is yours, and someone immediately thought about what's the profit of the man who gains the world and loses his own soul. That's what you just did. Don't do that. Okay? First off, that's not what I'm saying. Secondly, don't take that scripture, if you're a Christian, out of context. Because in the same book that says, what profits a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul, is the same God who says, what do you want? I'll give you all the nations. So you're going to have to understand that there may be some things in your life that are stopping you from making money because in your belief system and in your local body of whatever, you've been told you're black, you make this much money. You've been told you're religious, you make this much money. You've been told don't brag. But how can I know about your product? You've been told your entire life, don't do this. But doing this is the key to success. If you think I'm kidding, try going to school, especially in a religious school. The first thing people will tell you is don't let them change you. What does that mean? Information is supposed to change you. Yeah, you're probably on a very disruptive phone call because I designed it to be that way. Create your own luck. Bend your own reality. By bending your own reality, the world is yours. And good people do great things when they have power. Now think about your political climate in whichever state you live in or country, because this is an international phone call. Think about it. If you don't like the people in power, understand that the world is theirs. And they're doing what is according to their character. You might want to put good people in power. Because good people would do good things. Does that make sense? Number 4, be passionate about life. Here's what you need to understand. I need you to understand that operating in infinite intelligence, operating in law of attraction, operate all these things that you need to operate in, you need to understand it. In your passion, there's one great passion killer. I need to give it to you right now. Anger. Anger is great energy. The problem is it's blind energy. Anger is great energy, but it's blind. There is a lot of power in anger, but it's destructive. You can punch a hole through a wall with anger. You can also punch a hole through the poverty in your bank account with hope, with knowledge, with love, with the right prosperity and principle skills. Anger is killing your passion. And remember, if you're angry all the time, the only thing you're getting in life is more things to keep you angry. I told somebody this while I was one-on-one coaching them, and let me see if I can give it to you in this way. Some of you always have to be right. and you're so arrogant you can't allow new information in, which is simply what arrogant means. Now watch this here. Let me tell you how this killing your passion and anger kills you. If you always have to be right, you know what you're attracting into your life? People who always want to prove you wrong. Listen to me. I'm freeing somebody right now in this place. Listen to me. If your entire objective is to be right about every argument, about everything, like some of you on this phone call, either you, some of my staff is mad. Some of you on the phone call, either you or people you know, it can't be a good idea unless it came from them. It cannot be a good idea unless they thought of it. You know those kind of people, and maybe you are one. Listen to me. If you're one of these people that you're always right and you win every argument, forget the fact that the other side is losing. I need you to understand what you're attracting into your life are people who want to prove you wrong. If you, listen to me, if all you want to do is be right, then you're only going to have people in your life that prove you wrong. That means if you tired all the time, that means the people in your life are there to prove you wrong. And the more you have to keep proving yourself right, the more tired you become. Somebody's being helped in this place. Number 5, know what success means for you. Success is individualized. And don't let me put what I think you should be over you. Don't let me say, you know what? I think you should be this. If that doesn't fit you, don't let it fit you. There's a religious story I want to tell right now. Now, you don't have to be religious. Just keep the concept of this religious story. There, in what they call the Holy Scriptures or the Holy Bible, there is a guy named David. You can find him in the Old Testament, and he is a sheep herder who becomes king. And this sheep herder who becomes king, before he's king, he gets anointed, but now he has to defeat Goliath. Now, you don't have to be religious for this, but everyone knows about David and Goliath. It's in the Western culture now, and it started in the Eastern culture, but it's in Western culture. Here's the deal. King Saul, who was Saul of the Old Testament, not Saul in the New Testament as Paul, but Saul in the Old Testament, he said, David, you're going to go out there and fight. I tell you what, I'm the king. Put on my armor. Now listen to this. Surely, now the text doesn't say this, but it could be cognitively deduced exegetically, which means to take out from the text. Now watch this here. If Saul is the king, that means he has the best armor in all of Israel. That means nobody's armor is better than his. So Saul says, listen, I have the best. This is expensive. This is protective. This is tried and true. I believe you need this. Now, the text says, David puts it on, and then he says, this doesn't fit me. I can't take into battle what I haven't tried. What am I trying to tell you? Don't let other people put things on you that don't fit. Come on, I'm helping somebody. Just because it works for me does not mean it's going to work for you. Don't let me put onto you what does not fit. And I hope you take this back to your circles, whether they be personal or religious. Don't let me put something on you that does not fit. Don't be arrogant, because some stuff does fit. But don't let me tell you, listen, this works really well, and it doesn't work well for you. Let you know what your own success is. Nobody can sing with your voice but you. Some of you are authors, and you have not written your best-selling book because I told you to be a Sunday school teacher. Some of you are authors, but you have not written your best-selling book because I have you living my dreams. I have you helping me in my gifts and my dreams, and by the time you get home, you don't have enough energy for your own. If this phone call doesn't add to the quality of your life, don't return. 2 things there. I don't fit you and you don't fit me. There's somebody else out there. But if this adds to the quality of life, keep it until it no longer does so. And take that home with you. Because you don't have to involve yourself in everything you're invited to. I'm trying to help somebody. And that brings me to number 6. Stay true to yourself. You don't have to show up to what isn't serving you. Stop showing up to put money in my pocket and you don't put money in your own. Stop moving my furniture off the 16th floor every day, bruising your muscles and convincing yourself, well, it's a workout. It's not a workout, it's a work down. I'm working you down out of energy. Success is individualized. Know what you want, arrive at the right place for you while staying true to yourself. Money doesn't change anyone. Money simply reveals who you are. Nobody has received money and changed. Nope, not at all. They got that money and their inner them came out. You ever know somebody that finally made it and they just shifted on you because they never wanted to be around you? I'm waking some folk up today. The reason why, okay, so psychologists, now watch this here. This is an honest to God true psychological fact. Psychologists say most human beings can handle 5 things. Listen to me. So I want you to, everybody right now, look, unless you're driving, I don't want to be sued, look at your hand, okay? Psychologists say that you can only have 5 things in your life that you can give your attention to, in most cases. Okay, so if you're religious, church is one of them. Okay, or I don't want to say church, synagogue, mosque. Depending on your religion. I don't want to be insensitive. Okay, that's one of them. Family, that's 2. Okay, you got to eat, work. That's 3. Get it? So you got about 2 things left. Now watch this here. Okay, you got work. That's true. Then you got your side hustle. Let's say your side. I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter. Or school. Say you're working at school. That's 4 right there. Now, because now you got your friends. That's 5. Psychologists say those are the 5 things you can do. What happens is when something else comes into your life, it takes your attention from one of these things and you have to let it go. Watch this here. I'm about to educate you. Watch it. This is why some of your friends, they hang with you every day until they get a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Then they drop you and your whole circle, and they put all that energy on the boyfriend or girlfriend, and every time you call them, they never answer, they never have time for you, but the moment they break up, they come right back. Somebody missed what I just said. Come on now, right? So somebody missed what I just said. Psychologists say you got 5 things that you can possibly handle. Okay? Stay true to yourself. You make sure those 5 things that you have are true to you. Because you're going to drop one of them. Now, let's go back to that exercise again. Watch this here. Church is 1, okay? Job is another. Family. Now, some of you are split in half with this. Family is one thing, then your child becomes another, okay? Okay? Now you got 1 finger left. And that's school again. Here's what happens. When I come in, Mr. Alpha male dominant person, I say, hey, come here. And then now, in order to please me, you got to get rid of the relationship with your child. Ooh. So now you get home tired. And, mama, what's up? I'm tired, baby. Go. Or maybe it's not your child. Now you start doing something else and your grades slip. I'm trying to help somebody. Or, notice, both examples, I had my 5 up. Your dreams were nowhere in that 5. The reason why you cannot focus on your dreams is because you keep letting other things that are not true to you take away from the 5 things you can concentrate on. That was worth the price of this call, and it's free. Think about that. I want everybody to think about all the things in your life. This is a scientific, psychological fact. You can disagree with it all you want to, but it will not stop the fact that I have not lied. 5 things that you, and this is an average person, and everybody's an exception to the rule, but nobody's juggling 10 things. So maybe, watch this here. I'll go back through it again and help you. Church, right? Because I'm going to keep bringing up church because some of you just can't get out of there. It can't get out of there. Church. But then now you take on different roles at the church. So now one thing becomes two things. There go your dreams right there. Poof, go on dreams. Get out of there. Then you start working out. Now you got three things. Church becomes this one. Okay, let's just be fair. You got church, you got work. Now you got to work out. Watch it now. Then you have your school. Okay, that's 4. Then you have your son or your daughter. That's 5. Got it? Where your dreams at? Can't do it. It's impossible. You're the one. Keep knocking off your dreams because you can't hold on to everything. Some stuff you have to let go. Did I just release you? Let me tell you something. If you think about it that way, let me help you out. Some of the people you're serving are pushing away your dreams. Some of you are married to these people. Some of you are not. Some of you serve these people. Some of you wouldn't even be in your church if it wasn't for obligations. You're not there because of faith. You're there because of obligations. Some of you wouldn't be at your jobs if it wasn't for obligation to your bills. Some of you hate your jobs, but you're obligated to your bills. And so you let the obligation stop your happiness because you've convinced yourself you can't handle being happy. Where there is happiness, where there is infinite intelligence, your needs will be provided. Period. Number 7, find your own lane. Don't be me. Be you. Let's say you're a motivational speaker, transformational coach, or whatever. I don't know what you are. As a matter of fact, let's not even do that. Let's keep it hypothetical. I mean, let's keep it actual to me. I don't fit here. I am not. Listen, you guys listen to me. I am clearly not your regular preacher. I'm not. Let's just not even front about that one. Let's just address the elephant in the room. I don't belong here, but I do it in my gift. Highly respected, and people keep coming because I'm me. If I was trying to be someone else, I'd be ineffective. Somebody missed what I just said. I'll say it and take a time so they can get it. I don't fit here. But the reason I fit is because I'm me. Because I have my lane, my customers, my people, my members, or whatever that may be, and I'm effective being me because me is what I was designed to be. Let me tell you something. I love Joel Osteen. I spent 2 years interning under Joel Osteen. You can't tell me anything about Joel Osteen. I cannot do Joel Osteen. Can I borrow the words of Lisa Nichols? You want me to be Joel Osteen? I'll fail every single time, but I do a damn good Tony. That's what I do. All day, every day, I know how to be me because I found my own lane and I don't apologize for it. I would never apologize for being me, and I encourage you to stop apologizing for being you. Number 8. You want to operate in infinite intelligence? Watch your motives. Everybody receives what they've planted. Good or bad, sooner or later. You will never be as successful as you want to be raking people over the coals. It's not possible. Charge your worth, nothing more. Charge your worth, nothing more. If you keep decreasing your worth and giving away your product for free, you're going to get what you planted. And what you're going to get is broke. If you keep giving away your product for free, you're going to get poverty. If you give away a lot of product for free and then hit them with the product that's worth your talent and you hook them with free, you're going to get what you planted, abundance. Under promise, over deliver. But watch your motives. You cannot ruin people's self-esteem and expect the life to bless you. You cannot date people unsure of yourself and then you make them unsure so they can go mess up somebody else's life. Just because you don't know who you are doesn't give you the opportunity or the right to make sure you hurt someone else's feelings. If you don't know who you are, stop dating. Stop. Stop it because you're hurting people. There's too many. Let me not do that. Number 9. Number 9. Make people smile as much as you can. If you want to operate infinite intelligence, Listen, make people smile as much as you can. You will eventually get paid for how many smiles you put on people's faces. Don't discourage the power of a smile. When you put smile on, one of the most powerful things I've ever done is I remembered somebody's name 5 years ago. I remember their name 5 years ago. I saw him in the elevator last year. Had no idea. And I said, hey, well, I'll go ahead and say his name. Hey, Steven, what's going on? How's your wife? And I named her name, right? And I don't want to tell you her name because then you know who I'm talking about if you know me. I named her name. Oh my God, you remember me? I sure do. And I remember their name. And then I asked about the kids. Man, wow, man, that was great. That was awesome. And 2 days later, I received a $200 donation from Steven on my website because I remembered his name in the elevator 5 years later. That remembering his name put a smile on his face. And that smile put money in my pocket. I just dropped straight knowledge right there. I hope you received that. Make people smile as much as you can. Finally, be known as the person who is quicker with your praise than your criticism. Be known as the person who is quicker with your praise than your criticism. You will never get out of life what you want, always criticizing people. Now, my team knows I'm tough, but I'm quicker with my praise than I am to call them losers. I can assure you, when you're quicker with your praise, when you continuously put smiles on people's face, no matter who they are, the boss or the janitor, life will reward you for remembering insignificant people's, that's air quotes around that, names. Life will always reward the person that remembers the names of the people the world forgot about. My name is Antonio T. Smith Jr. Here's what I can tell you, and I can tell you this greatly. I don't know where you are in life. I do know this. Whether you love it, whether you hate it, if you simply plant better, you can get a whole lot more. There are thinkers and there are doers. I hope you can think, but what you need to do to make money and to make happiness and give your children a legacy is to be a doer. Smile and make other people smile far better and more than you. Thank you for coming out. God bless you and good night.